Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about self-care. So what is self-care? We are led to believe that it is shopping, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, maybe a spa day, all kinds of things that we should do for ourselves. But a lot of those things cost money. So is it really self-care if we are spending our hard-earned money on making ourselves feel better? Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the things that trick us into buying, and is it really worth it to continue that cycle? I hope you'll stick around. Many times, spending money for these things that we think are self care are actually a type of coping mechanism to take the place of the need that we are not filling. So many things are for sale out there and they are disguised as self care, whether they are candles, makeup, or they are self care checklist posters you can put on your wall. There are so many things that are out there disguised as self care. But a lot of times when we're buying those, we are looking for a solution to something that we are not getting already. So I hope this video resonates with you today because I know it certainly resonates with my prior self. So, what if I told you there are many different types of self care and most of them cost you nothing? Would you be surprised at that? So many people look at self care today as doing things for ourselves and giving ourselves little rewards, but those rewards usually cost money. So, today we're going to talk about the different types of self care, and I'm going to have you check off on your end whether or not you are meeting your own needs. The first one is the physical type of self care. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you stretching? Are you doing maybe some yoga or some Tai Chi? Any type of physical activity? Are you eating healthy? Are you getting enough free time? All of those things fall into taking care of yourself physically, and none of them require extra money. The second one is the emotional type of self care. We need to manage our stress better, most of us, and we need to be grateful for the things that we have and the things that we have access to. We need to do acts of kindness to ourselves and to others because those things actually make us feel better. And we need to forgive others because, again, forgiving others does something for ourselves and it brings us peace and happiness. It isn't for the other person. And we need to show compassion to ourselves, compassion to others. And it would be surprising if you incorporate some of those into your life, how much better you feel. Even giving or being generous to others can make ourselves feel so good when we're done doing that deed. The third area is our social life. And it doesn't mean going out and spending money, going out and buying drinks or coffee. It means being aware of what our personal boundaries are, saying no if it really isn't something we want to do, and saying no when it isn't something we want to spend our money on. Setting personal boundaries makes a big difference in our happiness, and not everything has to do with like cutting a person off or not being friends with someone anymore or not being neighborly. It can just be saying no because it isn't in our best interests to do that right now. Also, building our support systems with our family, with our friends, keeping in contact with people, that is so important in self-care. Positive social media is also so important in our self-care. Sometimes we see so many negative things with the news or with Facebook or with people's posts, or people will get on a kick and rant about something, and we can feel the energy just drain from us. I know that I do. And so I like to surround myself with positive people, and I also like to surround myself with positive social media. And hopefully this channel does that for you as well. So many of us don't have the time that we wish that we had to spend with our loved ones, and making that a priority is so important. And spending that quality time with your loved ones, it recharges our battery. So that's why it is considered self-care. The fourth area is our spiritual side of self care. Spending time alone is so important for so many people. We touched on this on a video a while back. I had to learn how to be alone after having 6 kids. It was really hard for me. I didn't know how to be alone. But now that I have spent so much time alone since they have all grown up, I realize the importance of it. I realize the importance of it helping us get to know who we are, what we enjoy, and being able to fulfill some of those things by enjoying our own company. Spending time in nature and being able to enjoy and connect to things like that, even if it is maybe a pet, those are so important to our well being. That moves us right into the next one, which is the personal side of self care. The personal side is where we identify hobbies that we enjoy and get to actually have time to do them. We make time to do them by putting ourselves first, maybe even putting it on the calendar that you're going to sew for a couple of hours on this day so that you can work those things into your schedule. This is also a time where we can look at our personal identity. Are we happy with who we are? Do we want to make some changes? So often we give to others. I know I spent at least the 50 years trying to help others, give to others, provide for others, and I didn't think about myself. And it was only once my kids grew up that I started looking at myself and going, do I even like who I am? Do I need to make some changes that I can be happy with? And so, looking at your own personal identity and how you relate to that, that is a big part of self care. The next area of self care is giving ourselves space, keeping our area clean, neat, tidy, organized. That is where that decluttering comes in, because that actually makes us feel better about ourselves, about our environment, about our home. It helps us be more relaxed, and all of those things are so important. A lot of times we don't think about the space around us being part of our self care, but the security of where we live, the stability of our home and where we live at is so important in our peace of mind. And the last area is whatever work that we do, is it meaningful? Does it make us feel good at the end of the day, like we have really accomplished something, like maybe we have helped others? Is it fulfilling to us, or is it a grind? So many times we don't think about work being meaningful, but work needs to be meaningful for us to feel good about ourselves. I know I spent a lot of years working for others, helping them make money. And when I got into healthcare, I realized that that was such a different feel. A feel that when I came home at the end of the day, I knew I had made people's lives better. I had helped people. I had been there for others, and that made me feel good. So, what we do in our work, it matters. Our time management between work and between home life and our personal life, that also matters. Are we keeping clear boundaries and work life balance? I really hate the work life balance sound of that phrase, because I always felt like there wasn't a work life balance most of the time when I was working. But that is so important to have free time and to also have meaningful work. Many times when we're out shopping, we're trying to fill a void of feeling anxious, a void of feeling like we're missing out on life, a feeling of that we work all the time and we never get to reward ourselves for anything. Usually we're stressed, we're tired, we're frantic, and we are spending money that we probably shouldn't be spending just because some of these needs are not being met. And since this is a frugal channel, I wanted to bring them to your attention today to see if some of those needs are not being met and they're actually causing you to spend money that you would rather not spend. Advertising will try to trick us into thinking that purchasing services or purchasing items is self care. But as we just went over these 7 areas, it doesn't have to cost money for any of these areas. And when these areas or these needs are not being fulfilled or met, that's when we find ourselves going out and buying little rewards to try to make ourselves feel better. And sometimes they make us feel better for a minute, for 24 hours, maybe even for a week. But then we start feeling drained again. And when we start feeling drained, it's because some of those areas are not being met. So I encourage you today to take a look at those 7 areas of self care. Are you meeting those for yourself? It's a big part of mental health. As you know, I was a mental health nursing home administrator for 15 years. So mental health is a big thing for me. And I always like to take a look at how it applies to our day-to-day life to keep ourselves mentally as healthy as possible. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please stick around for some more. I'm early retired. I retired at the end of October of 2023. So I'm about 2.5 years into retirement. And I love doing frugal videos, videos on retirement, and I love including you in the conversation below. So I hope you will stick around for another video. Give me a hype, give me a thumbs up. All of those things help my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.